Hi guys, John here from TechTV101.com, and here we are going to give you our review of the Sony Tablet S. Sony's first entrance into the tablet market with the Android system based on their software and their hardware. So to start straight away, the tablet is a lot, the design definitely stands out from your usual examples of the tablets at the moment, the Android tablets anyways. Well, obviously in comparison to the Apple iPad as well, it's quite different and unique. It's got this curved effect, which they're kind of, the Sony themselves say is to resemble a folded over magazine, so it sits in the hand quite well using your left hand whilst interacting with the screen with your right hand. So the design itself is eye-catching to begin with. The other physical features then of the phone, if we start up here, we've got the lock unlock button, it's standalone power button. We've got a little LED there as well that'll tell you about notifications that come through as well, and also when you're charging the device. Here then we've got the volume rocker keys, we've got the plus and the minus, and then a little reset slot. Down here then is the one of two of these speakers. It does actually in fact have stereo speakers, so this is the right speaker when held in landscape, and then the left speakers over here. Along the bottom then we've got the charging port. So where's to charge it? On the left hand side we have got the 3.5mm headphone jack, and then in here a handy little slot, you've got your micro USB for data transfer, and also then a fully sized SD card slot. So we'll just go ahead and unlock it, show you the workings of the phone. So obviously works in both landscape and in portrait, either way. It seems to be a bit more intuitive, or a bit more kind of just snappy and fast when you have it in the portrait mode, but it still is still responsive enough in the landscape mode. It is running a 1 gig dual core processor, and it's got a gig of RAM as well, so it's quite, nothing standing out from the ordinary when looking at Android tablets. It's got Android out of the box. It's 3.1, but straight away when you connect to the Wi-Fi you can update it to 3.2, so it's the Honeycomb edition of the Android operating system, and it is very, very smooth and very responsive, I must admit. And Sony have added their own little tweaks and additions on top of the Android OS that really make it individual and its own really, really nice user interface. So as you can see, you've got your different panes as usual that you fill with all your widgets and your apps, and it's highly customizable, so anything can be dragged and dropped wherever you would like. So you can move your clock wherever you want, move your apps. Up here we've got a nice little feature, a different kind of interface, but still a really nice way of looking through what you've added, new little features and additions that you've downloaded or installed on the device, and it's a quick and it's a really attractive way of jumping into each one of these. So we just go back with we've got our home button and our back button, and then our recently used app button. So here we can scroll up and down, again a nice addition with a nice futuristic effect as well going on. So if we hit the home button again, we can jump back. The camera then, on the front we've got if you can see it, it's got a 0.3 megapixel camera, so a VGA resolution for the front facing camera. And then on your back, the camera is, interestingly, it's in the landscape mode only for taking videos, which you can, it's a 5 megapixel camera, but the videos can be in 720p. The audio, well, it leaves a lot to be desired, to be honest. It's quite tinny or echoey in a sense. I'm not really sure what's that due to, but maybe in future updates they might be able to work on this. But it's still, you're not going to be shooting loads and loads of video. It's just for the quick snaps out and about if you have the tablet on you at that time. So it is a fully certified, if you can see this as well down here, it's a fully certified Sony PlayStation device. So it's got the PlayStation 1 emulator. So if we just jump into the game, game running here in the background. Now we'll just quickly go back, I'll jump into it here, Crash Bandicoot, here it is. And I can show you it running on the device. So as you can see, it's just like old school Crash Bandicoot, which we all, well, definitely I love anyways. And it's great fun, and no other device can say that it's got PlayStation certified abilities, that you can download your favourite classic games from the PS1 and maybe even the PS2 in future releases. So great fun, and definitely a great advantage over many other devices. And Sony were very keen, or very wise to know this and to implement it straight away into their very first tablet. So there we go, that's a little player, that's the Crash Bandicoot game obviously on the device, and runs perfectly smooth, no problems, no issues there. Obviously you've got your web browser then, that's nice and responsive as well with the the dual core processor is really kind of just showing the game in full swing. So, or just how well it can jump between these apps and how smoothly it can do it. It's very, very responsive. You've got your usual Google accounts, you've got your YouTubes and your music with the newly launched music, Google Music, that you can stream your music anywhere you are when you've uploaded your songs. So obviously, to wrap it up really, Sony have kind of changed it up a little, especially with design capabilities. They've really kind of decided to stand out from the market, and it's a really promising start to what could be Sony's very powerful and very influential range of tablets soon to come out. And it's going to be interesting to see what they have to bring in the future and what implementation they can bring in, be it with TV connectivity. It's got Wi-Fi, it's got DLNA, you can stream maybe to your PS3 back and over, you can send images over to your Sony Bravia TV. It's got the Bravia Mobile engine running on the screen as well, that give it, it's got again another bonus on advantage over other tablets. It comes in two different types. You've got the 16 gig variation and then you've got the 32 gig variation, and it's got this 9.1 inch screen. Unfortunately, there isn't any 3G or cellular enabled devices or connected devices at the moment, but there may be in future releases. So right now you can only go with the Wi-Fi connectivity option, but I don't really see many people really aiming for the 3G model, but you never know, there is a market out there for it. But other than that, this is Sony's, really, it's a good start, it's a good first attempt, and it'll be interesting to see where they go. Thanks for watching.